Hello. Let's look at the markets for May 10th, 2021 at 9:34 p.m. Hawaiian Standard Time. We're going to start by looking at the S&P 500, and we see sold off today. Now as we've been discussing, we're at this range of waiting to see if it's going to break out to a new high. Sometimes people make a mistake of putting too much emphasis on a one-day movement in either direction. So we see that the S&P came up around this range, had a bit of indecision here, and then fell back to here. Had some buying coming in here, buying coming in here, strong selling off here. We'll wait to see what happens tomorrow, but one thing that might happen is look at how going way back here to like November, December, it's following this blue line. It go up and sells off till it hits a 20-day, moves up, sells off until it hits a 20-day, but look at the 20-day moving average, it's still moving up. Here it sells off all the way to the 50-day moving average, goes back up, kind of the same thing happens, right? Bouncing around here, even trades well below the 50-day moving average, but goes back up, comes back here, hits the 50-day, and is that what is going to happen here? Are we going to be bouncing around the 20-day, the 50-day, but moving up? Well, time will tell. If tomorrow will indicate a good amount of what is going on, but in order to have an idea of what's going on tomorrow, let's look at the futures for the S&P 500. As I had mentioned before, the futures will give you an idea of what's going to happen in the future, although that's not why they're called futures. So right now, the market's still trading for the E-mini S&P 500 futures, and we're trading lower. We're around this 20-day moving average, but it looks like right now volume is pretty weak. Maybe that has a lot to do with being so late in the Eastern Standard Time. We'll be watching to see, and let's check out my favorite market to trade, oil. What's going on? Selling, and I'm really watching this area. Again, I pointed this out before. Whether you saw it or not, well, I'm not sure. See how the bottom of these candles right here kind of align with the top of these here. So I'm looking to see, and isn't this interesting that both of these wicks came all the way down here, which is not quite here. It's a little higher. So it seems like we're having this little step up pattern. So this was the top. Now what became the top? Sort of around the bottom, and now the bottom here is actually about 75% down into, I guess, here. It's kind of eyeballing it. So if I wake up in the morning and oil has sold off, I'm waiting to see if it's going to break this. Where is it going to go? And if it breaks this line right here, how far down is it going to go? Right now, we have the buyers step up right here, drop down here. It's sort of lingering in that trading range. Let's look at the 12-hour Heikin Ashi, which is a combination of 12-hour periods, whereas these type of candlesticks, one candle is one trading day. It's a little longer than the normal session in these futures, but one candle, one trading period. With the Heikin Ashi, one candle is a mixture of 12-hour sessions. I have it set up for 12 hours, so it smooths it out. Now you notice went up green here, sold off here, had a little bit of a green, sold off here. But look at how this candle right here, and this candle right here, and this candle right here look similar to this. This one looks very similar to this one. Like, obviously, there's a little bit of a difference. It has a little higher wick on here. This middle one looks pretty similar. Obviously, there's a difference though. This one has a longer body, and this one looks pretty similar to this one too. But obviously, this one has a longer body. But they look kind of similar. So in the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, what happens is that when buying or selling volume starts slowing down, you get this sort of pattern right here. And when you start seeing this pattern, it's indicating a potential change of momentum or further move up. So let's see what's gonna happen. This is not really strong selling pressure, and let's compare it to something strong. Look at this big red candle here. Look at this big one here. Look at this big one here. Look at this big one here. Right? We're not really getting that. So I'm thinking, and I will watch to see if my thinking is right. I think it's going to stay above this range, and if it goes below that range, I don't think it's going to go below it for that long. But I will wait and see. Let's take a look at gold. Now, gold had a breakout. A lot of people are watching to see if it's going to stay above 1800. Right now we're at 1835 and 60 cents. See, it just changed from 70 to 60. These are called basically these would be considered doji candlesticks. When you start seeing these type of candlestick patterns, it's an indication of indecision. Right? They got buyers and sellers, and they're not really decisive anyway. Like this one, that's very decisive going up. This is very decisive going down. This is kind of indecisive. Again, just like the Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, this can indicate a potential change of direction. It could be building a base to go higher. Could go sideways a little bit. One thing that this is a high indication of is that at the moment there's a bit of kind of a resting period. You'll notice somewhere like here we had a lot of selling come in here, doji, boom, right? Change in momentum, but then it went down quite a bit. So like same thing, sort of similar thing over here. Dojis, big selling, green coming in. So in this moment though, there's a bit of indecision, something's going on. So check into that more on your own. Let's check out silver, sort of similar to gold, where see if we're gonna maintain, sort of build a base here. And one thing that you can always do, you can always look to the left to see what had been going on. Is there anything that you can notice where the price might get kind of sticky? Like for example, if we look to the left, we see this was going on. Oh, this was here, and then this is to the left. So if it's going to drop down, maybe it'll drop down to kind of this area, which it's a little bit of eyeballing it. It's not an exact science. Because it's not an exact science, I guess if you're going to program some trading algorithm, then maybe it's an exact science. But more than likely, then you wouldn't be watching this video, would you? Or maybe you would. I don't know, man. I look at it like a mixture of a science and an art form. Because if you didn't know, I'm an artiste. So with that, you can be an artiste also, and you can whisper it, do the whole pop the collar thing. If you want a little bit of help in trading, different aspects. The thing about trading and investing is it's very situational based, meaning not so much what asset class to invest in. Do I buy cryptocurrency? Do I buy gold? Do I buy a real estate? Do I buy a business? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about situational based stuff. For example, my situation is I live in Hawaii. So my time zone is extremely different than the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So I've set up my trading in a way that compensates for the fact that I don't want to wake up at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning to watch the market. I trade in a way where I can wake up whatever time I wake up without an alarm clock, and it doesn't affect my trading whether I'm awake or not at the market open. Also, your experience, your skill level, you got 3 kids and a full-time job and you're a single parent, all these different things make a difference. Or you have no kids, no significant other with a boatload of money to start implementing, and you're extremely obsessive compulsive and you want to blaze down this path. Whatever the situation might be, contact me, and if I can't help you out, I'll just let you know. But the chances are I can help you out. Also, you can join the Facebook group. Link will be in the description of this YouTube video. Facebook group has a lot of information. I'm always putting more information in there that you can go through and help to either get context, the big picture context of trading and investing, macro type of things, economic things, or the micro, where it might be small details of trading, how to sell a put option, different exchanges where you can sell options on different type of things, whatever the case may be. But check out the Facebook group if you like it. Contact me if you're interested in seeing how I might be able to help you learn to be a better trader or investor. And until the meantime, I'm going to be watching these markets and getting ready for tomorrow. You have a fantastic day.